So most of my stories are going to start off with, yeah, I got called in at 3 in the morning and had to go blah, blah, blah. So I got called in at 3 in the morning to have a foreign body extraction from somebody's rectum. So that can be anything, as you can imagine. Usually they get these things out in the ER, but every now and then they got to go to the OR. And
beer bottles.
Yeah. So, like, for example, there was I want to say it was in Washington, D.C. It happened so often that people would put light bulbs in their rectums. They'd get stuck and have to go to the ER. It happened so often that the ER invented a tool to extract them. So they would take like a broom handle and put the female end on the broom handle and swedge it on there and put it up in there and screw the light bulb on and pop it out. Worked great. But you wouldn't think that you would
True invention.
Need to invent something like that. But anyways, I get in for rectal foreign body removal. I get in there. My instruments are set up for the rectal side. The instruments are set up in case we have to go in abdominally and open them up and take them out. So we get this guy up in the stirrups, and I look on his x-ray, and the x-ray looks like he put a gallon Gatorade bottle up there. He had told the people in the ER that he had actually put a rag up there and was too embarrassed to come to the hospital to get it removed. So been in there for 3 days. So we're down there trying to take this thing out, and I'm working with this real jerk of a surgeon. And he was actually demoted back into general surgery. He had to have a preceptor with him because he screwed up thoracic surgery too much. But anyways, this guy's in there. We got the rectal retractors in, and he's trying to get his hand in there and get his hand over it and can't do it. And then he's taking a coker clamp, which is like a straight clamp with teeth on the end of it. He's trying to grab it and pull it out, and these big chunks of like purple foam are coming out. And I'm like, this is not a rag. I don't know what the hell this thing is. So we're working, and I get the idea. I'm like, well, you try to retract, and I'll push on the guy's belly and see if we can get it. And at this point, they've paralyzed the patient. And so this guy's down there like, Joe Montana with his hands in this guy's butt, trying to fish this thing out. And I go up and I push right about here on this guy's belly. And I push down, and he's squeezing, and he's like, all right, more and more. And I pushed on it. Next thing, you hear this like a cannonball of shit hits this guy right in the face,
brutal.
Right in his neck, all over his mask. And he's holding this thing like a baby. He turns over and just vomits immediately into the trash can through his mask. It's going everywhere, and the stench is unbearable. The anesthesiologist can't even look at what's going on. Turns out this thing was a swimming pool noodle that was about this long and about this big around. And so it's essentially a sponge. You can imagine this thing being in there, just soaking up all this guy's bodily fluids, getting bigger and bigger. And we finally got this thing out. But the best part of it was he had carved the end of it to look just like a penis.
Nice.
He took the time to get a pocket knife out and carve the glans penis into this thing.
Get the veins in the head
and
just
get it in there. And, yeah.
He should have stopped right about there.
Bryce,
Not
I
there.
love this, Mike.
Yeah, just for reference.
Nice reference
Expert
piece. You knew that was going to come in handy. And it did.
It's my job here.
You are an expert. But it looked like it had twisted off. So I don't know if he put it up there and it got stuck and he was trying to twist it out, or if he was really liking it and just went a little too far. Ricky, I'll ask the questions. No, ask a question, Ricky.
Did he ask to keep it after he...
No, he did not, but because I think it was probably ruined at this point. Mm-hmm. But one morning I went in there and I was putting my instruments in the washer sterilizer, and there's a 3-foot double-ended dildo in there. And I asked the guy, his name was Phil. I said, Phil, are you playing a joke? What's going on? This 3-foot dildo in the washer sterilizer. And he's like, no, we took that out last night. This guy wants it back. Oh. So, anyways.
You can ask for things back.
Sounds like the pool noodle guy used that just one too many times.
Maybe he just got I think he got a little too aggressive.
Yeah.
I wish I knew you could ask for
First
things
and
back.
last.
You can in fact ask for things back.